All right, say now. Fair use, YouTube, fair use. This is allowed for criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, educational purposes. And you can contact these folk down here. 1-800 Save the Nagas. 1-800 Wake Up the Nagas. All right, let's go. All right, say now. 9 Spiral. Y'all ready to cook? Yes, sir. I'm rocking with my man G LaBode. Yeah, that's me and G LaBode in the studio. Shout out to G LaBode, man. That's so cool. You know, it was an honor to grace your studio, man. You and your wife. Shout out to you and your wife. He's done great work with Rude Boys, G Levert, LSG. Oh man. Runs the name family, man. Shout out to New Orleans. So cool. You know the New Orleans family. You feel me, Woody? Let's go. You come by. You the night. Yeah. All night. Let's go. Satisfied. Let's go. Want to love you all night. Want you, just come by tonight. Want you, come by. All night. Hey, G LaBode, y'all. Break it down. Hey. All right now, G LaBode. All right. Let's cook. 9 Spiral, Shalom to the home team. Shout out to G LaBode. It's so cool. Don't try it, YouTube. That's family. Don't try it. I got receipts for that one. All right, we're cooking up 2012 Mayan end date, right? You remember what they told us, right? The world was gonna end, right? All that shit, the fear factor, right? Yeah, the fear factor. It's the psychological shit that Hollywood come with, right? They got to jam you up, you know. Some of y'all still looking out for spaceships and shit. Some of y'all think that your Howard Shy coming back on spaceships. That's cool. I ain't tripping, man. As long as we agree that the Most High is gonna commit mass murder. All right. Okay, so this is a documentary, fair use, YouTube, fair use, and we're going to dissect, right, the bullshit, right, because clearly there was a mass cover-up. We're talking the burning of ancient Mayan texts, and I'm gonna bring in Con Drop, right? And we're talking the burying of Torah scrolls that contain the name of the Most High. All right, let's get into it. Fair use, YouTube. Hey man, look here, man, YouTube, man. I don't want no problem with y'all, man. Look here, man. Don't come for me. I didn't send for you. And you know, I'ma stay in my lane. We ain't gonna say nothing about no virus. We just trying to feed the tribe and wake up the people. But you was wrong what you doing with Caramillo. And we don't appreciate it. It's we the people. And yeah, so don't strike me on this one, man. Y'all rock with me. All right, pop off. We gonna find out what the text really say. Somebody lied.
December 21st of 2012 is the end of 13 Baktuns in the Maya long count calendar. There are these doomsday theories that the poles are going to flip or solar flares.
You see that? Doomsday theories that the poles gonna flip and all kind of shit. Y'all remember that? Here, I'll show you.
This mass suicide adhered to the Mayan calendar.
Uh-oh. Little technical difficulties. My bad.
Calendar, which predicts the end of time to occur on the 21st of December of this year. What are the odds?
Doomsday theories that the poles are going to flip or solar flares are going to happen.
Pues mucha gente dice que en el 2012 es el fin del mundo, porque hasta el 2012 se termina el calendario maya.
La Tierra va a dar un giro, va dando un giro.
You see that? It says the earth is going to turn over. Now, I don't have to sit here and bring out scripture, right? That says that we are firm, fixed, and immovable. Y'all got to do that on your own time. Dodge your own damn hijack sometime, right?
Entonces, la parte norte va a quedar hacia la parte sur.
Who told you that? Who told you that? Listen. Y'all have got to stop taking everything they give you. Let's go.
Van a haber algunos desastres naturales.
All right. Straight hijack city. This is hijack 101.
It is a very special time. We will discover we are all pieces of a puzzle.
All right. Now we're getting warmer. We cooking.
La gente está esperando un cambio.
We cooking
Algunos
now, y'all.
con miedos, otros con ilusión.
See that? Let's get to the truth. Some with fear, some with illusion. Now, we leaning towards the illusion. We gonna find out really what these texts is about. We're gonna dig on Torture Monument 6. And we're gonna find out some things. All right. Let's go. Pop off, man.
Otros con incertidumbre.
Where'd you get that feather crown from, you, man? Where'd you get that from? That feather crown, man. You know, they say only Israelites wore the feather crown. Where'd you get that from, man?
We have the Hopi prophecy of an emergence from one world to another world, and
a new beginning, y'all. A new world, a new awakening. We gonna get that.
Pachacuti prophecy of a golden age where the three realms converge, and the Maori
going back to a golden age, y'all. Golden age, age of information. This is the ancient Mayan 12 prophecy end date. and the Daniel 12 connection. Shout out to Curimillo. Let's go.
Prophecy of the veil will dissolve between this world and the next. All over the world did seem to actually confirm that there is something going on here about the year 2012.
You see that? This is part of it, what it was really about. An age of awakening. We're gonna dig on it.
December 21st, 2012. This date, identified by the Maya nearly 1,400 years ago, has in recent years become the source of great curiosity and debate.
All right.
Some believe it will bring catastrophe. Others, enlightenment.
Aha! See that? And so this is just an example of how they flip-flop things. They reverse everything on you, right? They tell you from Africa. No, we from over here. You see that reversal? They tell you that you was taken from Africa and dispersed to the four corners. No, you were taken from a Marukan, Shimslat, America, and dispersed from there. And then at that, scripture tells us it was mostly the 10 tribes. So Judah and them most of them is here in North America. All right. Pop off now.
But what did the ancient Maya themselves believe?
Now that's what we want to know.
In 2012, the beginning, our investigation takes us around the world to uncover what the sacred Maya texts really say.
What they really said. Okay, let's go.
At the ruins of Copan, Honduras, we go where few individuals and even fewer cameras have gone. 20 meters underground to the 1,600-year-old Margarita Temple. But where did the doomsday theory begin? An important clue is found in a most unlikely place. A dimly lit room in Dresden, Germany. Across the globe in Guatemala, the veil is lifted from the mysterious world of Maya shamanism. And in Mexico, we examine the rarely seen Tortuguero Monument 6, which bears the only known inscription of this much-storied date.
Oh yeah, Tortuguero Monument 6. We gonna dig on it, y'all. Let go.
As the fateful date draws closer, we turn to noted
We gonna find out who's coming back. What was inscripted on one side of their monument that they don't want anybody to know, but it's right there in Daniel 12. Somebody is coming back, and just as the Most High said, he's going to fight for his people. Well, this God right here, this fiery one, is also going to fight. And so you got a whole bunch of Melakim, Jukans, that's going to be prepared to fight. Fight. Ain't that what y'all did when y'all came on our land? All y'all did was ever fight, conquer, and fight. So now it's our time to fight. You see how that works? Let's go.
Geologists, scholars, and the living Maya. They take us into the field, to the very origins of the Maya long count calendar, and into their lives and sacred ceremonies. Together, these people from very different worlds shed light on a date that has long been shrouded in mystery and intrigue.
My work's never been about doomsday. In fact, the opposite, because what I find in the Maya creation mythology is a spiritual teaching that is about transformation and renewal.
You hear that? transformation and renewal, a new beginning, a new awakening, an age of disclosure. Huh?
I think that accurately reflects what the ancient Maya actually believed about period endings in their calendar.
Aha!
And behind this huge triangular door is a vaulted crypt about 30 feet long and 23 feet high. And inside the crypt is this massive sarcophagus carved from one piece of limestone. And on top of this sarcophagus is this magnificent lid with these expertly carved images of a king. Along this edge, by the way, which is covered with cinnabar, this red stuff, is poison to the touch to keep looters from coming in here and ruining it. And by the way, if the ancient Egyptians might have used this, we might have had more antiquities coming out of that country today. But along this edge is the image of a shield. And up in the sanctuary is another image of a shield. And the ancient Maya word for shield is pakal. So Alberto Rus had discovered the tomb of the most important Maya king, Pakal the Great.
Pakal's ascension to the throne in 615 AD came during the most critical time for Palenque. With no direct heir, the elders of Palenque had turned to an outsider, a royal who lived outside the kingdom named Lady Sakkup. Now she returned to Palenque with her adolescent son, Pakal. The future of Palenque hung in the balance as the young...
All right, y'all, we're going to dodge all hijack at all times, right?
Young boy was crowned king by his mother. He was just 12 years old.
Today, King Solomon's fabled kingdom has crumbled to dust. His very existence has been called into question. The roots of Solomon's legend can be traced back to a pivotal moment in time. To the days when Solomon's father, the warrior King David, lay dying in his palace.
All right, y'all, keep in mind, dodge your own damn hijack. These were melanated, right? Come on with it.
David's 17 sons gather at the royal court, all claimants to the throne. Among them is a mere boy. According to Jewish legend, barely 12 years old. His name is Solomon. It is now, as David lies near death, that Solomon's mother, Bathsheba, approaches the frail king's bedside.
Y'all see what's going on? Phantoms and duplications. Word to yourself the real.
And she said unto him, My lord, you swore to your servant by the Lord your God, saying, Your son Solomon shall succeed me as king, and shall sit on my throne. 1 Kings 1:17.
Even though Solomon is not first in line to inherit the throne, David accedes to Bathsheba's wishes. Too sick to rule, David proclaims Solomon king. But many are left wondering, does this youth have the knowledge, let alone the vision, to rule?
Alright, dodge your own damn hijack. Now, we all know it didn't happen like that, you know, especially with King James. We're getting very, very watered down version, but let's go nonetheless.
The people of Israel.
We're looking for the similarities. Let's go.
Currently, in the field of Maya studies, there is a bit of a divide between those who entertain the possibility that the Maya were interested in 2012 and that there may be an astronomical component to 2012, and those who basically dismiss the entire thing. And I think that divide really stems from the association between 2012 and apocalyptic ideas of the end of the world, or even New Age ideas of a rebirth of consciousness.
See that? So you see what they doing, right? A rebirth of consciousness, an awakening, a new beginning, right? An age of disclosure. It's time to go back into the golden ages, y'all. Let's go. All right. Now, Spiral. Appreciate you for rocking with me, man. You support the channel, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate you if you do. All right. The Great. They call it the Great. Maya book burning, huh? Wow, son. What are y'all trying to hide, huh? Well, it really don't matter, because it's right here. You see, we look no further than the Old Testament, huh? For our history, our heritage, right? Isaiah 44, verse 1 through 5. Yet hear now, O Yahweh, my servant, and Israel, whom I have chosen. Thus saith the Most High, who made you and formed you from the womb, who will help you. Fear not, O Jacob, my servant, and you, Jeshurun, whom I have chosen. For I will pour water, mem, on him who is thirsty, and floods on the dry ground. I will pour out my spirit, my ruach, on your descendants, and my blessing on your offspring. They will spring up among the grass, like willows by the watercourses. One will say, I am the Most High. Another will call himself by the name of Jacob. Another will write with his hand, the Most High, and name himself by the name of Israel. Huh? All right. All right, let's check out my man. Let's see what he got to say, right? Fair use. All right. All right, pop off, man. Pop off with your intro music, man. That thing hitting right there. I like that. Hey. Judah Novice. I'm finna ride that. All right, let go.
Welcome to Mexico Unexplained, where we will explore the magic, the mysteries, and the miracles of Mexico.
Right,
this series presents information based partly on theory and conjecture. The podcaster's purpose is to suggest some possible explanation, but not necessarily the only ones to the subjects we will examine. Here is your host, Robert Bitto.
Get to it.
Welcome. And muy bienvenidos to episode number 106 of Mexico Unexplained, where we examine the magic, the mysteries, and the miracles of Mexico. I'm your host, Robert Bitto. It was a hot and steamy day in the Yucatan. The date was July 12th, 1562. In front of the monastery of San Miguel Arcangel, in the center of the Maya town of Mani, a Franciscan friar named Diego de Landa was about to perform a great auto de fe, a ceremony commonly used in the Spanish Inquisition to punish heretics. But in this ceremony, there were to be no people burned at the stake. Instead, in front of the freshly painted orange building, which had only been built 13 years earlier by the Spanish from the stones of nearby Maya ruins, there was a massive pile of assorted artifacts. Among the 5,000 or so pieces, mostly what were described as wooden idols, were dozens of bark paper books. These books, also called codices, were passed down through the centuries among the Maya elite and priestly classes.
But you made me knock my crystal over. Okay, so y'all call our books wooden idols? You see this shit? Wow, son. Let me get my tourmaline. Let me pick my tourmaline up. All right, man. Pop back off.
Beautifully illustrated. They were made of either bark paper or deer hide and contained historical accounts, astronomical observations, and sacred instructions for the Maya priests. Diego de Landa could not read the books, and there were very few Maya left who could. But he knew that they had to be destroyed along with the physical remnants of the old Maya religion that were on the pile in front of the monastery, waiting to be torched. The Franciscan would later recall the event with specific reference to the Maya codices. Years later in Spain, de Landa would say, quote, "These people..."
All right. We're going to stop by Con Drop House. Yeah, now they burning and burying. They burying and burning. They burning. Goddamn bury. Pop off, drop. Let go, knock.
But this drop off is them dropping you off. They're dropping the creator off is what they're doing. This is how they get down. So pull up the link. This is an annual book burial for depositing sacred materials and burying books. Now, who would want to bury some sacred books? We're going to get to the specifics of exactly the contents of these books and what they want. But I just want you to first understand or try to get into the mind of a maniac who says this book belongs beneath the ground. Now, I'm talking to my people right quick.
Hey, go.
Have you ever even thought about putting a book under the dirt?
Never have I ever.
Or are you so enthralled, so enthusiastic about finding out these secrets that have been buried when you know that they've buried your foundational legends? They buried Moshe and they buried President John and King David. They bury you every day, don't they?
Come on.
Don't they bury so-called Negroes every day? So what are we talking about? What are we burying? Depositing sacred materials and burying books?
Wow.
Well, what could they find in these books that they would want buried like a dead person? This is their festival, people. This is how they celebrate.
Yo.
This is how...
Didn't we just get that? From Diego? It was a damn ceremony. You see the heathen, y'all. Do you see the heathen? All right.
They get down. This is how they get their rocks off.
That's how they do.
In Roxbury.
Heathen.
J-Cam. Damn. JCAM. J-Cam.
Damn.
Holds an annual book burial each spring at the King Solomon Memorial Park Cemetery in West Roxbury.
See that shit?
I can't make this shit up.
Wow, son.
But something comes along every now and then that is the culmination of everything we're talking about.
Here you go.
Who would do this?
Heathen.
Why? Could it be because everything we are saying and getting on, everything we said they're covering up, they're in these books?
Wow. Let's go.
Then they're going to try to act like, well, we just want the ones that are in perfect condition. Like, who cares if the book's in perfect condition? Is what is within it? What does it contain? They just want the pristine looking books. They want it to look good on the outside. They don't care about the inside. Or they do care about the inside. Let's see what's on the inside of these books. JCAN holds an annual book burial. The Jewish Cemetery in Massachusetts buries books every year, every spring at who? King Solomon.
Uh-oh. All right, little technical tip. Y'all know the hijack, man. Y'all know the hijack after 9. Y'all know that, man. Like, go. Can't stop no show.
Preston John. All right, Memorial Park Cemetery in West Roxbury. Like I said, they're getting their rocks off burying books in Roxbury. JCAM collects thousands of worn-out siddurim, they call prayer books. Torah scrolls, so they're getting scrolls. Taoism.
Whoa. You burning Torah scrolls? Off with your head. All right. Check. We're going to dig on this. Uh-oh, my bad. This sunstone. And we're going to crack it ourselves, right? And we're going to pay attention to these 4 windows, right? Or gates. Papa.
Aztec myths, essentially the creation.
It's not a myth. Let's go.
Of the various eras, or as they call them, suns. And so what we're seeing here is a record, a cataclysmic history of previous eras and then the current era under which we live.
So the current era is actually the 5th era, according to this system.
The 5th sun.
And yet the name of the 5th sun, the 5th era, is for movement. And we actually...
You hear that? For movement. It's time to move.
Actually see that in the 4 square lobes that surround that center figure.
That particular shape that it's forming is a sign for Olin, which in Nahuatl means movement. And we also see these 4 dots surrounding this central figure, which gives us the name 4 movement, which is the title of the 5th sun, or this 5th era that we're living in right now.
And then,
you hear that? This 5th era we're living in right now. Let's find out about this sun. Alright, we're looking for the 5th sun through the eyes of somebody's telescope, high-powered telescope. Is there a 5th sun out there? Let's see. Uh-oh. We got sighting. We got action. Bring that up a little closer, man. It's like a heavenly body. Let's go. Is that 5th sun? Huh? That thing look vicious. Well, y'all don't want none of that. Is this the 5th sun your ancestors was talking about? That's on the way, right? Movement. Let's see. Alright, let's get a close-up. Man. Bring that out. Bring that shit out, man. Let's get a good look at this 5th sun. Put some filters on it. Can you snap the filters on them? Alright. Up close and personal, y'all. Whoa, now. Too close. Back up, now. Alright. Snap some filters on them, man. Oh, yeah, it's definitely a frequency now. That's a high-power frequency now. Moving. It said movement. Okay, there go them filters. Uh-oh. There you. Oh, shit. You see that Dracon face, man? Do you see that Dracon face? Does it look happy? Does this Dracon face look... Is this the 5th sun? Huh? Woo! Put the music on. My chérie amour. Boy, this thing look tribal. Is that the 5th sun? Passing through the 4 gates, huh? Let's do some comparison. That's all we do. We're doing comparison. That's all. Huh? Y'all let me know, huh? Is this 5th sun passing through these 4 gates, huh? These 4 gates of what? All right, let's get it again like a baby. Where we at? 2nd Ezra chapter 3. What gates are we talking about, huh? These 4 windows, right? At the 4 corners of the earth. Controlled by who? Seraphim. Let's go. And thy glory passed through the what? 4 gates of what? Fire, earthquake, and wind, and ice. To give the law, the Torah, to the descendants of Jacob, and thy commandment to the posterity of Israel, huh? 4 windows of heaven, huh? 4 gates, huh? Let's go. All right. Appreciate you for rocking with 9 Spiral, okay? We're connecting dots. We're cooking, right? We're getting warmer. Now, let's dig a little deeper, right? Because here we're going to make a correlation that this date was also important to the king because it reflected his birthday, right? Simple as that. But there's another side of Torchwood Monument 6 that we're going to find out about. That they don't want us to know about, right? Y'all ready to dig a little deeper with old Nine down a rabbit hole? Let go.
The Tortuguero Monument is very critical for understanding how the ancient Maya thought about 2012. The astronomy of these two dates, which bracket the entire monument, is the same. They're both dates when the sun is lined up with the crossroads of the Milky Way and the ecliptic. And for this reason, we can understand that Lord Jaguar was referencing the 2012 date because it reflected his birthday.
You see that? It reflected his birthday astronomy. Okay.
Astronomy. Coming to see Tortuguero Monument 6 has emerged as the culmination of a 25-year quest to really understand what the ancient Maya thought about 2012.
I think it's important to point out that you can't just look at the right pen.
Here she is. Put the music. Bless her heart. Bless her heart. Now, she's going to really blow it out the ballpark, right? She's going to really open our eyes to some things, right? I would shout you out, dear, if your name flash across, you know what I'm saying? But if not, we at Drop Nation and, you know, my subscribers, we appreciate you. Let go.
Of this monument in isolation. That's the part that mentions the 2012 date. It was a T-shaped monument, but the left panel has never been seen, but it must have recorded the king's birthday.
Right.
Because the main text opens up with a distance number that counts from the king's birthday to his accession as king.
Okay.
And from that date...
You see that? You see that? So that's one side of it, right? Let's go. We're connecting that.
Other distance numbers count to various other events, mostly war events. The reason that 2012 is mentioned on this text is because one of the gods who was present at the creation is the very same God who's mentioned on the right panel of Tortuguero Monument 6. And
let's go. It's getting juicy. It's getting good. Lahawa. We talking about a new age awakening. His people returning, this remnant returning. And it's right here. We're going to prove it. Who is this God that's coming back? That was present at the creations? We shall see.
Connection with the 2012 date. That's not an accident. This is really what the text is about.
This is really what the text is about. Y'all open y'all books to Daniel 12, right? Get ready. Go and get the scripture for Daniel 12. I'm trying to tell y'all, we've been saying it at Drop Nation. We are the prophecy of Daniel 12. Let's go.
This guy is coming back again.
What? Uh-oh. Got this guy, right? Y'all heard of this guy? This nigga right here, nigga. He's coming back again. And why is that, my dear?
He is a god of war. He doesn't take sides.
Whoa! He doesn't take sides, yes. You peep the skin color, melanated. You see they trying to whitewash the arms and shit? What you see this melanated god? Who is this god? We shall see. Let's find out. All right, my dear said one of the gods that was present at creation is on his way back to do some ass whooping or some mass murder. Same shit. All right. There you go, people. Michael leads Hawa's army against evil forces, right? You're not just gonna put it on one person, right? We're better than that. We're better than that, y'all. Huh? Why is Michael dealing with Daniel concerning the end times and the salvation of Israel, huh? Do you see yourselves in this prophecy, man? Do you see yourselves in this prophecy? Over time, his role became one of a protector and the leader of the army of Hawa against the forces of evil. All right, let's go.
Archangel Michael's first mention comes out of the Old Testament in the book of Daniel, and it is virtually just that, a mention. Daniel, something of a prophet for God, prays to his Lord in hopes that he will bring some stability to the turmoil in Israel, and hopes to confess all of the sins of his people. During this prayer, a being makes himself known, and is described in Daniel 10:5-6 as a man dressed in linen, with a belt of fine gold from Uphaz around his waist. His body was like topaz, his face like lightning, his eyes like flaming torches, his arms and legs like the gleam of burnished bronze, and his voice like the sound of a multitude. While this man is never explicitly identified, it is understood that this being is not mortal, and that he is of a supernatural composition. His presence in Daniel 10:10-20 sees this entity explain to Daniel what will happen to his people, and what lies in Israel's fate in the times coming.
You see that? So we're dealing with end time prophecy. Where we at now? And so for that matter, we say, get ye ready. Get ye ready. Let's go.
What's most interesting about these passages is that the entity, powerful as he appears to be, claims that he has been resisted by the Prince of Persia, and that this has delayed him in reaching Daniel.
See what's going on? You see how they've been lying to you? Michael been fighting for you. The archangel been fighting for you. You see this shit?
In Daniel 10:13, he states that the Prince of the Persian kingdom resisted me for 21 days. Then Michael, one of the chief princes, came to help me. While the nature of Michael's help is not detailed beyond this, we can gather that the entity in question is reinforced by Michael, and thus on the side of God. The fact that Michael came to help this entity shows us perhaps the basis of which his reputation as a protector stems from. Michael's involvement at all also serves to show Daniel that the entity which has approached him is on God's side, for Michael works only with God's divine intentions in mind. Some have speculated that this entity is actually Archangel Gabriel, another of the suspected archangels in religious scripture, most notably Judaism. But many dispute this idea, as this figure is never addressed as Gabriel in this chapter. Previously, Daniel hears Gabriel's voice in chapter 8 verse 16, when Daniel is having a vision. He states, "And I heard a man's voice from the Uli calling, 'Gabriel, tell this man the meaning of the vision.' In the next verse, Gabriel speaks and says, 'Son of man,' he said to me, 'understand that the vision concerns the time of the end.'"
Huh? So you see how they've been lying to us? Now you got Gabriel in on the action, right? He out there fighting for you. Daniel, Shalaki, Michael, the archangel Michael, he busy fighting dealing with King of Persia. So he hit Gabriel on a two-way. He said, hey man, look here, man, I need you to holler at Daniel. I'm busy fighting with this punk ass Persian kings and things. Holler at Daniel for you. See how they work? Huh? Ain't that better?
Furthermore, Gabriel actually appears before Daniel in chapter 9 verse 21, where Daniel explains, Gabriel, the man I had seen in the earlier vision, came to me in swift flight about the time of the evening sacrifice. So if the entity speaking of Michael was actually Gabriel, then Daniel should have recognized him, instead of being overcome by the sheer awe of him, where he is noted as trembling on his hands and knees. Unless, of course, as some have suggested, Gabriel has only shown himself to Daniel in a lesser form, and when he appears to him again in chapter 10, he comes as his true self, hence why Daniel only chooses now to describe the entity's appearance.
I doubt that.
All in all though, the reference of Gabriel as man, in the title of the chapter called Daniel's Vision of a Man, seems to...
What they're doing, and this is what these Jewish people do, right? They don't want us to think that Daniel was that important, that Gabriel and Michael, these archangels, were communicating with him. Nah, man. I keep telling y'all, they've been fighting for us, right? I keep showing y'all footages of these Malakim blowing up these chemical plants, man. They got jobs to do. They're not just sitting by idle and all this, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to show you right here, Daniel 12, when he get to it, that Michael is with us. Let's go. Press 1.
Indicate that this is not Gabriel, and while obviously otherworldly, it's merely a messenger bringing word of Michael. By the end of their encounter in 10:20 through 21, the entity further confirms his allegiance with Michael by saying, "Do you know why I have come to you? Soon I will return to fight against the Prince of Persia, and when I go, the Prince of Greece will come. But first I will tell you what is written in the Book of Truth.
Let's go.
No one supports me against them, except Michael, your prince."
There you go. You're dealing with
By calling Michael Daniel's prince, it highlights his importance and gives us something of an inkling that Michael harnesses some sort of higher power, and that he should be respected and revered by Daniel, and therefore Daniel's people. However, beyond this, we can't do much more than speculate. The prophecy is finally concluded in chapter 12, and Michael is brought up one last time.
I mean, of course, because it's apparent that he's coming back and he's gonna kick some ass. For you, my tribe. Y'all think big guy just coming back by himself? No. He say tens of thousands. Tens of thousands. Time's up.
His final mention in the entirety of the Old Testament, where the entity explains, "Michael, the great prince who protects your people, will arise. There will be a time of distress, such as has not happened from the beginning of nations until then. But at that time, your people, everyone whose name is found written in the book, will be..."
I was able to...
Hijack City. I'm glad I caught him. All right, we're going to finish up, man. Hijack City. Hey, YouTube, can I get paid for that little bit of ad right there? I was just saying, you know. All right. Unless you were for real. All right. All right, let's get it, man, before we got cut off by a punk-ass ad. The hijack. And he said delivered. That's where he stopped here. All right, we're going to get it, right? All right, so this is where we at. You are the prophecy of Daniel 12, my tribe. Okay, everyone who is found written, Shalaki, in the book of life, huh? And many of those who sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake. Some to everlasting life, some to shame and everlasting contempt. But those who are wise, like Drop Nation, shall shine, like the brightness of the firmament. And those who turn many to righteousness, like we do, over in my channel, might I add, I'm just saying, like the stars forever and ever. But you, Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book until the end of time. Well, the books have been unsealed, and a whole bunch of them. It's not just one book, it's a whole bunch of them. So y'all miss me with that. Many shall run to and fro. What is that? Is that the internet? Is this the internet? Word to Curimio. Curimio put me on to this. Is this the internet? And these books being unsealed after 2012, huh? Because we're digging on Daniel 12. Coincidence? 2012, Daniel 12, I don't know. Y'all let me know. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall increase. Y'all see? You are the prophecy of Daniel 12. And keep in mind, at that time, this God who was present at the creations, right, according to ancient Mayan texts, shall stand up. Michael shall stand up. That means he's here, y'all. Yes, he's going to stand up. The Most High said he's going to open his eyes on the house of Judah. Michael's going to stand up. What about the rest of them? Uriel and all them? Oh, man, look here, man. We're talking mass murder. 9 Spiral. See you soon. Wow.